So, however, um, as she was talking about André Gide and all the things they were doing, I say that they were doing many things in Morocco because there was also a really French, a French well-known designer, fashion designer, who also have a mansion there, and he was living in Morocco, and he was also living with a French public figure. And I don't know, I don't give the name of this French designer, maybe you know who I'm talking about, who was also having this kind of action, this kind of, you know, activity, sexual activity with young men in Morocco. So it's quite interesting to know what was happening there at the time. But I was thinking, as she was talking about this circle, because yeah, it looks like those people are elite. They were elite at the time, and he makes many questions that what is it in that time of that time they were hooking that kind of, you know, because we talk about pedophilia, pederasty, and all this, okay, and homosexuality. So the thing is, I was thinking also about a French author. I was thinking about a French author, and his name was, because he's no longer, Paul Verlaine. I was thinking about, as she was talking about it, I thought about it. I thought about him, not her, but me. That is my personal thought. When you read, for those who have studied French literature, you know the book, you know the author Paul Verlaine. You know that's a book that you study at school. It's a poetry book of many poetry. Okay. But then when you are curious after the book, I mean, beside the books that they give you to study, you can also be curious to read a lot more about the author. And that was my case because I never stuck to what the school was giving to me. I was also curious to read more. And I remember that I read some article and some books when they were talking about Paul Verlaine having a relationship. I don't know if it was hidden. I don't know, but at the time it was forbidden at the time with Arthur Rimbaud. Arthur Rimbaud was a French poet as well, and according to what I remember and read later again and again, Arthur Rimbaud was 16 years old when Paul Verlaine and him engaged in a very serious relationship. But mind it, Paul Verlaine was married already. Okay, he was married to a woman, and he was, according to what the articles say, he was kind of alcoholic and he was kind of very violent with his wife, because I think the wife was just a cover. And at some point, because he was really passionate about Arthur Rimbaud, who was 10 years younger than him, and they had some trips around, leaving France. They went to England, I think. They went to maybe Belgium, I don't remember, but they left France, and they had a very tumultuous relationship. But he was completely hooked to Arthur Rimbaud, who was a young man. So I think these stuff are not new, okay? I think it's something that we didn't really probably talk a lot about, because we weren't used to. I mean, it was something that, in a way, they kind of, at the time, they didn't really tell the stuff. But when you read more, because there is a book, I don't know if it's Arthur Rimbaud or Paul Verlaine, who are they really like talking in a good way about the back door, the back, sexual activity, okay? And it's kind of difficult to understand because it's something that at the time was not accepted. That's why I say for us African, we don't know that. It's something that people are doing nowadays in Africa because they have been introduced by some the West practice of secret societies, okay? And I don't know, maybe in Africa people are doing that in tribes, maybe hidden, but it wasn't something that is normally accepted. It's usually a way for getting power it's something to maybe express power or getting power in a way. Everything is spiritual. We don't necessarily understand everything. So that was what I have to say about that. And you have something to say again? Um, yeah. So tonight we are going to have another live, and I think she will have this journalist. That journalist name is Xavier Proussard. I never heard about him, only with Candace, because that man is living an anonymous life. Like really, he has to be hidden. You cannot even see him. Why? Because since he started investigating about the First Lady of France, Brigitte Macron, his life has been hell. He had to hide his family. He has to be hiding somewhere. And I think he probably had in America, I don't know, something like that. So for him to contact and accept, contact Candace, it tells how he feels safe about having an interview with her, even he had to hide his face, but also he feels safe and trusts her capacity of working this very sensitive subject as an independent journalist, because it has been shown that many in the media don't do the job, and that journalism today is no longer what we used to see before, and journalism is almost like people are paid by people in power to just to do, like, to repeat, like, parrot what they have to say. So that's why I like independent journalists a lot more, because they do more research and more investigation than the one on mainstream media. Okay, so it's gonna be there, but on Friday we were many of us online. When I say on us, it wasn't the American only anymore, it was now the French. Okay, with the French we were plenty. We invaded her live chat. She even was shocked when she finished the live. She was like, oh my god, all this. We were like, all in all, 181,000 live at the day when she was doing the live about the introduction of that series. And you could see in the chat that we were, all of those who are speaking French, we are speaking French in the live. And I see that some Americans were like, oh my god, they come to invade the French Revolution. Yeah, because it tells you how now people want to know what it is. They are curious to know who is really the First Lady of France. Because even many in Europe don't have this courage to do this job. So I invite you this afternoon to join us and to subscribe to Candace Owens podcast on YouTube. I'm telling you, it's so interesting. I will not miss it, so don't miss it. And I see you in next video. The next video, because I took my note today, I'm going to talk about Melania Trump. Melania Trump, the First Lady of the United States. Why am I going to talk about her? Nothing special. I mean, they recently released a beautiful and very charismatic portrait of the White House, of Melania Trump. Okay, see you next.